Hello, hello. Welcome to our big marathon, 3,000. And look behind me this way. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Yes, we are moving. And I am
Yes,
so happy. Today we are in Turkey with a great friend. It's Professor Ilhan Küçük, and he's a history teacher. He lives in Trabzon, Turkey. We did many events together. I'm so happy. Welcome, Ilhan. Thank you
thank you.
for your time. Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit and we go to the interview? I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. You invited me to make conversation about education. It is the great happiness for me to participate in your
Oh, me too.
foundation. As you know, I admire your education methods much from Turkey, and I I followed them for years. As you know, you visited Turkey a few times. I am İlhan Küçük. I am a history teacher, and at the same time, I am 21 years of experience in education as a teacher, and I worked a lot of cities in Turkey, and I visited 18 countries around the world and
Wow.
neighboring countries around Turkey, but not not like you, do you know, you visited the world at the same time. And as you know, uh, for a year we will evaluate the situation of the education, and as a teacher I need your opinions, and I followed your foundation and a lot of foundations to understand the education. uh, how will we manage the situation to educate our children? And I discovered first that uh, we should share common common ideas of education, common methods, and different tools. For example, you are living in Bolivia and you traveled a lot of countries, and I know it, and because of that, I visited your website much to understand the education, and uh, I try to educate our students better. For example, I followed your conferences much. For example, the local time is more different than
I know it's
yes.
dangerous time.
Sometimes a normal time for you, but sometimes in Turkey at midnight I followed your.
Okay, so we will do the program much sooner. So it
Yes,
can be 8 o'clock for you and we can start in the morning. Yes, good.
yes.
Dear
Okay.
Ilan, what did you learn about education with the pandemic, about distance education? How was the situation in Turkey?
Yes. Uh, the when the pandemic started in Turkey, we were in chaos. How we managed education, and we
Yes.
tried to read everything in our country, in our newspapers, in the foundations like the
Yes.
Pedagogy 3000. In the beginning of the pandemic, we couldn't go to school. We started to educate our students from our homes, and they stayed at home. And we we opened the digital class for our students too, and we read a lot of things. We read a lot of things. We asked the students how will we educate you, and ask the same questions to our parents of the students, and the masters of the educations. We read articles from universities, and we watched a lot of TV programs in Turkey and the world at the same time. And the world, for example, yeah, I think so. You made conferences about 3 months with Lebanon, Hong Kong. I
Yes, yes, yes.
I followed. I
Australia,
followed your, yes,
Japan.
to
It was
Japan. Yes,
beautiful.
yes,
And now
yes,
Turkey.
yes, and we discovered the methods between the local values and universal values into education during the pandemic first. And we discovered common values of the humanity because the pandemic influenced the whole of the world at the same time. And we wonder, for example, how the Mexican people uh, try to educate their students. At the same time, Germany, at the same time, Russia. And we have close friends from those countries, and we asked them, they asked us. And we have to collaborate. We have to collaborate to educate uh, our students. At the same time, we have learned, uh, we are, uh, we are working all together as a world, as a global.
That's true.
Yes, but some parts of the educations making the lessons is more difficult. For example, in the class, you can describe a student, a school easily, but it was difficult to describe the same thing from distance education.
So what did you do? What was your secret for distant
Yes,
education?
at that time we have solved that situation like that. We phoned their parents. Please help your
Uh-huh.
please help your son or daughter to make it. And
Wow.
sometimes and
Nice,
sometimes
nice.
we invited the moms of the students to the lesson at the same
Wow.
time. And sometimes, for example, as a lot of students parents are working in their works at the same times, but their grandparents looking for them. Sometimes we invited the grandparents to the lessons to to describe
That's
them.
incredible. You are incredible. You are a genius, Ilan.
Yes, as you know, I'm a story teacher, and they know the history. They know the story, especially local history. As you know,
Uh-huh.
we couldn't go to museums, we couldn't go to natural places to investigate.
Uh-huh.
Uh, for example, we started a twinning project. Digital travelers are visiting to Turkey, and I can post to you some videos about it.
Please,
I
please.
I gave a lot of students which city do you want to see? They wrote me Istanbul, Ankara, Izmir, around Turkey, and they prepared a PowerPoint presentation about the city they want to visit, and they described to me, and
So the students describe to you. They give the
yes,
class. That's
yes,
very clever.
I will
Congratulations. I
I
love
will
it.
post that video. I will post those videos to you
Please.
too. And we made a project with the European countries too at the same time. For example, a lot of countries visited Turkey. We demanded from them, you visited Turkey, and please describe us how Turkey was a country. Please describe to us, and they will post their tools about Turkey to us too. And it is a twinning project, an international project around Europe, and we use it. We use it, and as you know, the students bored at homes much.
Correct.
Sometimes we advise them, for example, listening to folk dances of Turkey, watching to folk dances of Turkey, listening to different songs from the past. For example, classic music, classic children music, and children came. Uh, and how we learn our national values from the children games, traditional games. They discovered
Point. Traditional games.
they
Mhm.
discovered they discovered them because their grandparents uh, taught them how they play the children game. As you know,
Wow. You involve the grandparents.
yes, yes.
Oh,
uh,
that's so smart.
I will post those videos to you
I
too.
would love it.
And a grandmom about 80 years old played the children game
Oh my
over
God.
times, over times.
God.
Yes,
Beautiful.
yes, and sometimes during the pandemic, a lot of students phoned us, wrote a message to us, to their teachers. we borrowed at home, and
Oh.
we help it them sometimes. We are using the Zoom program to educate the children, and sometimes we we prepare a tea or cake, and we we make a conversation using the digital conversation.
Oh,
Digital.
this is tea and cake by Zoom. I'm
Yes,
taking
yes,
notes. I have all
but
this book here.
but I want to give you a secret. A lot of close friends like of mine, we met with our close friends, prepared the tea or cake, make gossiping. make gossip- yes, and as you know, we couldn't visit. We couldn't visit the families. We couldn't visit the elders. We couldn't visit everywhere. For example, for 6 months, and we visited using the Zoom or in other social media tools to communicate each other.
So
But
you have Zoom and what else? Besides
what?
Zoom
Zoom,
and
Zoom,
what?
especially we used to Zoom, especially we
Yes.
used to Zoom, but Turkish National Minister of Education used the EBA.
Eva.
EBA, yes, but we are more different. We are more different education school. We will educate, as you know, we are educating the uh, mm, more intelligence, gifted students, as you know, gifted students, and we used to Zoom because Zoom was the one of the best social media to communicate in Turkey and around the world at the same time. And another thing, we invited some teachers from different countries to participate our
Okay.
lessons. Yes, for example.
Also, that was a good interaction.
Yes, yes, it is easy for us. For example, we want to understand the conditions of the First World War in Romania. We discovered a teacher of Romania, Roman Loan, who was our close friend from European History of Education Association, and
Uh-huh.
he participated to our lessons and talked about the conditions of the Romania to our students too, because at the time we discovered if we invited different persons from different countries, we can understand their informations, their local informations about the terrible war influenced the world at the same time. And if we learn their tools, our students started to sympathize to them, understand their contentions. But in the past year, for example, when I was a student in the secondary high school, only we are using the Turkish curriculum of history or maths.
Yes, yes.
But this time we are using different methods, different perspectives to understand the
Beautiful.
reality. And our students and everybody in Turkey, and I know that around the world, should understand the whole of the humanity are the same and the unique, and the world will be unique in the future. And at the end, we understood it at least.
And respect and that peace culture building up. One question, Ilan. Sorry, I interrupt
Okay.
you. So the class with Romania was in English. When you have the other teachers, they give the class in English or they have the Zoom in English with the student.
Yes, yes. If we invite a person from different countries, we are
Yes.
making the lesson as English. As you know,
So
as you
the
know,
student learn
English is the
English
main
as
lessons
well.
in Turkey too. Yes, English,
Brilliant,
German,
brilliant,
and
right.
French. Yes, yes, as you know, and
Wow, beautiful.
as you know, Turkey at the same time, Turkey is between the continents, Asia, Europe, Africa, and Russia, and a lot of people knows a lot of languages too. For example, we invited the Russian teacher to our lesson, but the Russian teacher don't know the English well. At the time, we invited, for example, one of my students' mom from Russian. He got married with a Turk, and we invited that mom to our lessons as a translator.
Wow, that's so intelligent.
Yeah,
So you
we are
involve
using,
everybody.
inclusive, comprehensive, inclusive education methods. And as you know, in the ancient times, a philosopher called Cornelius told that the schools should open their walls to the world.
Good, good.
You couldn't teach the children. You couldn't teach the children to your students between the walls. You should open the windows. You should open the doors to the world.
Good. We are
In
citizens of
distance
the
education, at least we understood it.
correct.
Okay.
Here, Ilhan, you have so much information. We will close this block now, and we will do a second part. That's okay? So we can talk
Okay.
more. Just a little message for the world right now. Do you have
Yes. Um,
something for the whole
yes.
world?
As a teachers, we are reading the world better than our students and parents, and we should learn to the world the importance of the peace, tolerance, and we should understand the values of the humanity closely, and we should understand them. They should understand us. At that point, we should study all together, and we read our sources, we read our values, we understand we understand our perspectives using the media. It is easy for us reading them too, and I hope next generations will be the same, and we should prepare the conditions to allow the education methods for them too.
Beautiful.
Because the last century's values finished. We shepherd we shepherd we shepherd the values of the 20th century, but we should discover the conditions and education methods of the 21st century too.
Beautiful.
We at the same time we should learn the conditions of the 21st century with our students too. At the same time, we have to learn it.
Yes, we have to co-create all the future changing so much. Thank you so much. We will go to part 2, and please take care. All the best to your family and to your country. And we go back to part 2. So bye-bye, everybody, and stay with us. We go back soon.